Hello, everyone, and welcome to Caribbean Maths Academy. It's your favorite maths teacher, Mistress Dawkins here.
So we are still at Unit 5 and we are on Lesson 24 and this is part 2 of it where we are doing the understanding of straight line graphs. So before we get into today's lesson, let's take a minute and do our maths memory minute. So in our previous lesson, we had covered how to draw a Cartesian plane, plot coordinates accurately, draw straight line graphs using a ruler and your pencil. So if you look to your right, we have our Cartesian plane. We have already found the center and our intersects where our vertical and horizontal line meet. But first, let's label our graph. Our vertical is y and horizontal is x, where both lines meet or cross is our origin, which is 0. And you know that when you label your graph, the units should be the same on all four quadrants. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5, and you keep it negative and 5. And when you draw your straight line graph, let's say you plot your points at 2, 3, and you plot your point at negative 2, 3, where am I? Negative 2, 3. Now when you connect both points, you get your straight line on your graph and you labeled it whatever your equation is. So let's get into today's lesson. I am hoping that by the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to explain what a gradient is or what it means, how you can calculate your gradient. You can tell whether a line is rising or falling, and also solve CSEC style question that involves gradient. So you might be asking yourself, what is a gradient? A gradient basically tells you how a line, how steep it is, how much across did it go to your left or to your right, and how much did it go up in terms of on the y line. It measures how much the line rises or how much it falls. As we move from left to right, a line can rise, it can fall. A line can be horizontal as well as it can be vertical. So positive gradients. If the line rises from left to right, the gradient is positive, meaning your graph is going that way. Even if it's coming from here and going up, it is positive because it is climbing. So as x increases, y increases as well. For our negative gradient, if the line falls from left to right, the gradient is negative, meaning if your line falls from left to right, then your gradient is going to be negative. A zero gradient means that the horizontal line has a gradient of 0. It means it does not rise. Example, y equal 4. The line never rises and it never falls. It simply goes across like that, and that's it. Undefined gradients. A vertical line has no defined gradient. Example, x equal 3. The line goes straight up and down. There is no slope in it. So that would be your vertical line. The gradient formula. The gradient is calculated using y2 minus y1, x2 minus x2, where m mean gradient, so this should be m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where m means gradient, that's the rise and fall in the graph. Um, we have x1, so you are given 2 points, and we know that each point or each coordinate has 2 digits. So if you're given 2 to 3, you know that this is your x and this is your y. So it's telling you that for your first point, the x digit is your x1 and the y digit is your y1. If you're given a second point, let's say 4, 5, then 4, which is your x digit, becomes your second x. So it's be x2 and y5 would be y2. A helpful way to remember the formula is rise over run, meaning rise equal the change in y and run is equal to the change in x. Still not getting it? Don't worry about it. Before the lesson finish, you will absolutely understand what's going on. So here's our first example. And it says find the gradient of the line passing through 2, 3, and 6, 11. The first thing that you want to do is to label your points. So for our first coordinates, we have x, 1, y, 1. For your second coordinate, it becomes x2 and y2. And the formula says m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's go ahead and substitute those out. So m equal to y2, which is 11, minus y1, which is 3, over x2, which is 6, minus x1, which is 2. 3 from 11, that gives you 8, over 6 minus 2 leave you with 4. And from here, you simplify 4 into itself 1 time, and 4 into 8 was 2 times. And that tells you that m equals 2. Pretty simple. Still lost? Let's move on to example 2. Here it says find the gradient between -1, 4, and 3, -4. So let's go. Keep reminding yourself of your formula, which is m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And remember to label your points. So this is x1, y1, x2, and y2. So now you just go ahead and substitute out. So m equal -4, and you are minusing 4, over 3 minus -1. And that gives you -8 over +4. +4 into -8 is equal to -2. That tells you m equal negative 2. Confused about how is it that we have minus 1 here and then we're minusing? You can leave a comment below and I will get into the different operations when they multiply each other, what result you get. Let's move on. So here we need to find the gradient between 0, 5 and 4, 5. First thing that you do is to label your coordinates or label your points. So we have x1, x2, sorry, there should be y2, y2, then we have x2 and y2. So now we go ahead and we fill in m equal to 5 minus 5 over 4 minus 0 equal. 5 minus 5 is 0 over 4 minus 0 is 4, and 4 into 0 can't, so that's 0. So your gradient is equal to 0. So usually students make common mistakes when they are doing grading. Sometimes it can be a little confusing, especially if you don't label your digits in your coordinate. So students often subtract in different orders. For example, you're given the point 2, 3, and 6, 11. They tend to subtract 3 from 11 and 2 minus 6 because they did not label, so they just take these two and they subtract. That is incorrect because this is going to give you a wrong answer, and hence your equation and your calculation will all be wrong. So always subtract in the same order for both the numerator and the denominator. The simplest way to do it is to label your points, where 2 would become your x1, 3 becomes your y1, and 6 becomes x2, and y, and 11, sorry, becomes your y2. Keep that in mind and you will not go wrong. So let's try one together. It says find the gradients between 1, 2, and 5, 10. Remember I said do your labeling first. It will help you eliminate confusion and mistakes. So let's label. We have x1, y1, x2, y2. And the formula says m equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So let's just substitute out. Where m equal, what's our y2? 10, and our y1 minus 2 over, our x2 is 5, and we are minusing 1 from that. So 10 minus 2 gives you 8 over 5 minus 1 is 4. And from here you simplify 4 into itself 1, 4 into 8 2 times. That 1 over 2 over 1 equals to 2. Therefore, m is equal to 2. And that's that. Here we have some practice questions. I did not wrote the answers there, but I want you to go ahead and attempt these questions, and you can leave your answer in the comment below. If you're feeling unsure or uncertain, you can leave a comment and I will do a short video and provide you with how to answer these. CXC exam challenge. Points are given. -4, 2, and 2, 14. And it's lay on a straight line, you need to find that gradient. So let's go. M equal 14 minus 2 over 2 minus -4. 14 minus 2 gives you 12 over 2 minus -4 gives you 6. 6 into itself 1. 6 into 12 goes 2 times. So we have 2 over 1, which is equal to 1. Therefore, M equal 1. Confused with the operation? Let me know and I will do a lesson on that one for you. So remember, when you are doing graphing and you are calculating your gradient, you need to identify the two coordinates, then label them correctly as I've shown you. Identify means you are given the point 3, 4. Identify which is x1 and which is y1. Identify your second coordinates, which is 7, 8. You label them again, x1, x2, that should be, sorry, x2 and y2. And you subtract correctly, then simplify your answer. So remember, the formula for finding your gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Keep that in mind. So if the line rises, you moved from left to right and your gradient should be positive. If the line falls, your gradient should be negative. This is a quick way to check whether your answer makes sense or not. So please keep that in mind. Now, you're doing your exam. Here's one tip that you should keep in mind to always simplify the fraction. For example, if you're given 4 over 8, simplify. You should written it as half, meaning you're saying 4 into itself goes 1 time, 4 into 8 goes 2 times, which is equal to half. If you leave it in this state, you might end up losing marks. But if you simplify it, you might score some marks from your examiner. And also, they do prefer the simplify answers. So far today, we have covered what gradient mean. We have learned the formula for the gradient. We have discussed positive, negative, zero, and undefined gradient. And we have also gone through how to calculate gradients between 2 points or two coordinates. So I want to say thank you for watching Caribbean Maths Academy. It was an absolute pleasure having you. And remember, success in maths isn't about being naturally gifted, it's about practicing consistency. Practice, practice, practice. If you find this lesson helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with another student, a family member, a friend, or if you know someone that is going to do CXC Maths or need some assistance in that area. You can also join our free WhatsApp community. The link is in the description below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Take care and be good.